we start to just lie down onto our back with the legs bent comfortably, so your feet are down onto the mat. Relax your arms by your side and take your hands from the outer side of your ribcage. Take a nice deep breath in and feel those ribs expand. On your breathe out, feel your ribs are narrowing gently. You can close your eyes if you'd like to. More imagine like an umbrella. You want to spread the umbrella out when you breathe in, so those ribs are expanding forward, sideways and backwards as well. And then breathe out, feel your ribs are just narrowing, sliding down gently towards the pelvis. Breathe in, breathe out. While you keep going with your breath, trying to relax your shoulders as much as you can. Relax your head. Maybe you're looking up towards the ceiling. Maybe you're looking inwards. Maybe your eyes are shut. And just want you to pay attention to your sacrum. So there is the part on the bottom of your back, that flat bone. I'd like you to find that space or the position for your pelvis that you feel that bone sort of touching and anchoring down into the mat or the surface below you. Relax your tailbone, that's the very last part of your spine, and just find your best neutral position somewhere where hopefully you feel quite comfortable. And we're going to open the eyes if your eyes are still shut. And we're going to start with a little hip roll, just very basic. So take a breath in. On your exhale, you're going to tilt your pelvis towards your center. And you're going to lift from the bottom of your underpants. And then you roll all the way down. I'm purposely not rolling all the way up yet. So taking your time. Exhale. Inhale. Sensation should be you lengthening out, you reaching the tailbone out towards the heels. Now, if you guys see my little son Eddie riding the bike straight towards me, that's okay. He won't kill me, hopefully. And then roll all the way down. Exhale, roll. Rolling down. Now let's progress and roll all the way up. So what we want is to push our heels into the mat. We want to reach the knees over our feet. We want to lift the hips up. And then we want to go bone by bone by bone down on the mat. So we articulating the spine on the way down. I'm going to lift my arms. So hopefully you might be able to see in the baggy shirt that we're going down bone by bone. Roll down bone, 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 and release. If you do like to, you can also have your arms reached up towards the ceiling. That's okay if you do not need a support. Otherwise your arms will be pressing down to give you a bit more support to lifting your hips. Because for some people this can be quite challenging move. And that's absolutely okay. You just need to listen to your body. Alright, let's release back down to neutral. Lifting the arms up towards the ceiling. Taking a nice deep breath in, chin goes to the chest gently, like that little knot. And we go to an ab curl. So we'll lift up the head, shoulders, we curl up, reaching the hands towards our heels, and then we roll down. Breathe in, breathe out. Now I want you to encourage here to breathe out on the way up, and really getting that air out from your body. Also want you to flatten the front of your t-shirt. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, roll down. Let's have a little bit of hold up there. So once you're up there, you're gonna hold it. Keep the arms reaching by your side, or you can pop them behind your head. That might just get a little bit harder for your abs, so whatever you feel comfortable with. Keeping your hips nice and stable, lifting one leg to tabletop, lifting the other leg to tabletop, and just alternating. Exhale, lift. Now you could do another option, which would be lift, lift, lower, lower, lift, lift, lower, lower, or you keep going with that first option. Let's do another 4, 3, 2, 1, and release all the way down. Great. Let's stretch our legs out. We'll do a bit of leg kicking. So we're gonna keep our body nice and long. We can stretch the arms out and give ourselves a nice long stretch. Having the arms by our side, we press them down. Activate our legs, so we're gonna reach them out. Keep our bottoms nice and heavy. Exhale, we kick. One leg up, lower. Kick the other leg. And lift. So we're experiencing a nice hamstring stretch and bringing some, pumping some blood in throughout the body, so perhaps a little bit raising your heart rate as well. Last 4, 3, 2. Now reach one leg, whichever is that up, and hold it. Point and flex your foot. Point, flex, point, flex. Keep the other leg reaches down and breathe. 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Anchor that left or right leg. Lift the other one. Keep your hips heavy. Point, flex, point, flex. Breathe, just naturally flowing your breath in and out for 3. And release. Now that was just an example what you could do for yourself. I'm hearing my other Baba just woke up, so I'm gonna need to go, but I'll be back with more, so stay tuned. I'm gonna start what we finished the last time. So, stretching our legs out. We're gonna take a nice deep breath in, reaching the arms behind our head. As we exhale, we're gonna roll all the way up to sitting. We're reaching over our legs. Flex your feet and reach over your legs like you've got a big ball sitting onto your thighs. Breathe in, exhale, roll down, bone by bone. Reaching your heels out, slowly roll all the way down, stretch out. Now, there is an option for someone who cannot do that. Roll up straight away. You would roll up, you would hold behind your thighs, you would help yourself up, stretch the legs, and then stretch over your body. So that's an option. You could just add if you ever have that problem to rolling up. Breathe in, and you just keep going. And each time you do this, it gets a little bit easier. Not sure about a couple of those. And last one. Now I'd like you to find the top of your sitting bones, reach your arms forward, take a breath in, exhale, let's do some rotation. So twist over one side, reach one arm behind, palm facing up, and then twist to the other side. Now sit as tall as possible again. If you cannot have your legs straight, you would just simply bend them into your knees. Exhale to twist. Now the reason when I'm turning my palm up, when I'm opening the arm to the side and rotate and look over that hand is because I want to open the front of the shoulder a little bit more. Exhale, twist. Now let's do 4. And you can bend your legs if you need, as I said before, sitting nice and straight. Couple more. And 1. And release. Good. Now I'd like you to transition to all fours. So let's go to hands and knees. Hands stuck below the shoulders and the knees below the hips. Taking a nice deep breath in, let the chest fall down. Tailbone lifts, look ahead. Exhale, start from your tail, rounding your back. Push the back of your chest up. Look down to the tummy. Inhale. Exhale. So when you do these cat-cow stretches, that's what we call, or angry and happy cat stretches, you can also hear. The focus here is about moving the spine. The focus here is on articulating the spine. So when we are flexing, ideally we're starting from the bottom, going up to the top. When we're extending, we again start from the bottom, so reaching the tail, and then you go drop the chest and then really getting your head up as well. Exhale. So we're watching the spine unfold, going through the extension to flexions as the whole, as a whole, as whole spine, not just a sequences, but a whole part of this, the big spine columns moving. Now I'd like you to find the position when you feel like it's more neutral. Keep reaching the sitting bones away from your head and find the length throughout the spine. Take a breath in, and on your exhale, stretch your right or left leg. Just reach it behind. Bring it back in, and then reach the other. Now the focus here is to keep the center of your body stable. Keep your hips, let's say under pants, without moving, and just moving your legs, your lower limbs. Now imagine you could have a cup of tea sitting down onto here, onto your sacrum, and keep it completely steady. You could also put a bowl sits into or onto your lumbar spine, lumbar area, and you're maintaining that bowl nice and stable. Now for more challenge of the balance, reach out the opposite arm. And I'd like to have inhale as I reach, exhale as I go back. Inhale as I reach, exhale as I back. So my focus here is to lengthen, reach out. Also like finding that balance, finding the stability into the center of your body. And we can advance it a little bit more. So we stretch the arm opposite leg, breathe out, we draw the elbow towards the knee. Inhale, we stretch out, exhale, we draw in. So we're adding the flexion throughout the spine, flexion into the hips as well. Let's do 3, 2, 1, and release. Let's do the other side. Last 3, 2, 1, and release. Now I'm going to ask you to tuck your toes, set your arms, go ahead and go a little bit more forward, and let your chest fall down. Have a bit of stretch. And on your exhale, pressing your hands in your toes, lift your hips up. Walk your feet into this downward dog stretch. Now slowly walking our feet as close as we can towards our hands. Then transition the weight over our feet, drop our head and arms, and push the floor into your mat or into the floor, and then roll up, rise, stack
each vertebra at the top of each other.